There's too many buttons for me to click. And the ones that you really shouldn't click are very clickable. They're like right there. But I'm unmuted. So I have to check two things now. The speed is good, and the little loopy thing is freaking on. I see it on right now. So what happened yesterday won't happen today. We'll see. We'll see. I know. I just played a Judge Middleton live stream on my last stream. And I was worried that doing that would mess up this little loopy thing on this one, but it looks fine. It looks like we're solid. And we finished with that witness. So now we get to go to another witness today. I don't know if it's good or bad. Oh man, I didn't get the Furman done. I have until August. We're in July. We're on July 18th. And we will stay on July 18th today and probably tomorrow. So we have time to make sure we fix Furman before we get there. But time is running out.
That's the case amongst yourselves. Don't form any opinions about the case. Don't conduct any deliberations until the matter has been submitted to you. Do not allow anybody to communicate with you with regard to the case. We'll stand in recess 1:45. All right.
Judge Ito is so mean to me. He always does that. Or he takes a break. Or he's a sidebar as soon as I start my stream. Well, that looks like coffee and not rum, because he has a clear cup. So now we know he wasn't getting drunk during the trial. We probably were, but not him. The sound is fine. Nobody's... Here we go. Somebody's about to say something. All right, they have this muted, not me.
Whatever the Honor wants to do. If you want to have those lawyers who are going to work out that, step outside and have us continue on.
Yes.
We're willing to do that, Your Honor.
Yes, I request that. All right, do we have our next witness?
Yes, our next witness is present.
All right.
And if I have time for break, I get word, I'll give the court a report. I don't know who's handling it.
It's a pretty color, his
All right,
tie.
have the jurors, please.
I like it.
Mr. Cochran? Who is our next witness?
My name is Juanita Moore, Juanita, last name Moore, Moore.
Mr. Cochran.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Ms. Moore. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Very good, Ms. Moore. Thank you for coming today. Ms. Moore, what is your occupation, ma'am?
I am a barber.
And for how long have you been a barber?
Approximately 30 years.
And do you have a barber shop somewhere within the confines of the county of Los Angeles?
Oh, for crying out
Yes,
loud.
on Adams Boulevard in Los
A
Angeles.
barber.
All right. And for how long have you been at that location?
At that location, 14 years.
All right. Now, Ms. Moore, do you, your barber shop's in the community, is that correct?
Yes.
And do you have a number of rather well-known patrons who patronize your barber shop?
Yes, I do.
Who are some of the people who you cut their hair?
Well,
I'll link it up.
Overruled.
do I answer?
Sure. No, go ahead.
Okay,
Wait,
Deputy
wait.
Chief Bernard Parks.
Cosmic. When I was saying, oh, for crying out loud, a barber, I meant nothing against barbers. I meant that in what way can a barber tell the jury that O.J. Simpson did not murder these two people. That's all I meant. Like, in what context could this lady tell the jury, unless he was with her that night and she is his alibi, that's fine. But if she's about to go into hair, when we had experts in hair talk about hair, and she's about to go into, like, barbers don't put hair under a microscope. They don't. Why would they do that? They sweep it up. They just, all day long, all they're doing is sweeping. Sweep, 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 sweep. Lena sweeps a lot at the gym. She ain't got nothing on you, Cosmic. You probably wake up with a broom in your hand. All right, coffee, coffee. Sweep my way to the coffee. So in what context can she possibly... Oh, right, like a bartender. He might have said stuff to her. But, I mean, if he said he's innocent, that doesn't mean anything. Now, if he said he was guilty, that would mean a whole bunch of things. You're right. He might have blabbed to her. What if it's not even... What if she's not even his barber? We are just assuming she's his barber. She might... Okay, here's why she's on the stand. Now we figured it out. Cosmic help us figure it out. She's on the stand because a week prior to Nicole's death, she went to the barber. Yes, she went to a barber. Yes, stay with me. This is possible. And she said how the cartel was after her. And that's really what happened to her. Now we know. You can let her off the stand now. We already figured it out. We don't need any more.
It's one. Ray Charles, Congressman Julian Dixon.
All right, so you have a number of people in the community like that?
Yes.
All right, and do you have a gentleman who is to my left over here, Mr. O.J. Simpson? Is Mr. Simpson one of your customers?
Yes.
And how long did you cut Mr. Simpson's hair?
Approximately 16 years.
And during that period of time, in the 16 years that you've cut Mr. Simpson's hair, at any time did you ever tint or dye Mr. Simpson's hair?
Tint or dye it, no.
And so what we see is what, at least up to the time that you last saw him, what we see is what we're getting with him. Is that right?
Yes.
You know how they say only your hairdresser will know for sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So you never at any time tinted or dyed his hair, is that correct?
No, I didn't.
All right. Now, in that connection, during the time, the 16 years that you cut Mr. Simpson's hair, did he have dandruff in his hair?
Periodically, he would have dandruff, yes.
And do you recall particular times when he'd have dandruff more than at other times?
It seemed that he would have dandruff more in the off season when he was playing golf and in the sun a lot.
All right. Now, when you say the off season, so that we're clear about that, in the last 10 years or so, when you would cut Mr. Simpson's hair, when you say off season, what do you mean by off season?
Well, he wasn't working as a reporter or he wasn't playing football.
All right. So was there a particular period of the year when Mr. Simpson would either be playing football or working as a sportscaster?
Yes. Well, in the recent years, he would be gone like on season would start like September to like January.
All right. Would that be during football season?
Yes.
All right. And during those periods of time, you wouldn't see him to cut his hair regularly. Is that correct?
Not as regular as during this off season.
All right. Would there be times, however, during the on season or during football season that he would still come in to see you when he was in town?
The on season?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And in those times in the recent past, when he came in to see you, would you always cut his hair at your shop on Adams Boulevard, or would you do it someplace else on occasion?
I would do it in both places. I would do it at his home and at the shop.
All right. And his home, you know his home to be on Rockingham, do you?
Yes, I do.
All right. And you've been there?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Now, with regard to the so-called off-season, you were saying that this condition of dandruff would be perhaps worse at times during the, I think you said, off-season when he's playing golf. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what, if anything, would attribute to that he would have more dandruff in the off-season?
Well, it would happen mostly if he didn't put oil on his hair. If he put oil on his hair, he wouldn't have dandruff like he did. It would be when he played golf, he was in the sun, you know, and without the lack of oil that would create that dry scalp.
All right. Now, you're not a dermatologist, are you?
I'm not a dermatologist, no.
And as such, with regard to when you would see dandruff in his hair or around his shoulders or whatever, what would you do for him or recommend to him?
Well, I would tell him to be sure to put more oil in his hair if he's going to be in the sun. And I would tell him to use some kind of dandruff shampoo, you know, over-the-counter shampoo. It wasn't bad enough for him to go to a dermatologist, you know.
right.
He could just use a dandruff shampoo.
Okay. And would you ever shampoo his hair, or was that something he took care of himself?
Oh, he would do that himself.
Now, at any time during the, you've been cutting his hair for about 16 years, plus?
Yes.
And so, during that time frame, did you ever have occasion to put any chemicals or anything of that nature on Mr. Simpson's hair?
No, well, I did. About 10 years ago, I put a chemical relaxer on it to texturize it. And after that, the both of us decided that we didn't like it. So we wouldn't do that anymore.
All right, that was only one time in the last 16 years?
Only one time.
It was about 16 years ago?
About 10 years ago.
Okay, it was about 10 years ago?
Yes.
All right. And so if you look at Mr. Simpson's hair now, you're not doing his hair. This is not your product right here.
No, that is not my product.
We will disclaim that. But the way his hair looks now, then seems to have a little more gray. Other than that, is that the way his hair looks in a natural state?
Yes.
Now, with regard to, did you ever do anything about the gray in his hair?
Oh, yes. I would, like, clip them out to keep from putting chemicals in his hair.
All right. Now,
One by one.
Now, I'd like to direct your attention back to the month of May of 1994. Do you recall a date toward the end of May of 1994 that you had occasion to cut Mr. Simpson's hair?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury the approximate date that you did Mr. Simpson's hair toward the end of May of 1994?
Yes, I can tell them because it was my birthday.
And your birthday was what?
May 23rd.
And do you remember what day of the week that was?
It was on a Monday.
And in your barbershop, do you have, like other barbershops in the community, do you have a day when you're normally off?
That's Monday.
Monday's your days
Yes.
off? All right. And so was that May 23rd, was that a 1994, was that a Monday?
Yes, it was.
All right, and that was your birthday, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, tell the jurors, members of the jury, how it came that you did Mr. Simpson's hair and where you did it.
I did his hair at his home,
All right, and do you remember about what time you arrived there, Ms. Moore?
approximately 6:30-ish. I guess 6:30.
And when you arrived there, tell us what happened then, if anything.
Well, when I arrived there, he was home alone, and we went.
Yes, the court report, please. All right, thank you, Counsel. Mr. Cochran.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think I was just asking you before we interrupted who was present at the time that you arrived there, and then what happened after that.
Mr. Simpson was home alone.
Okay, and then what happened after you saw him? You saw Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
Okay, and then what did you do?
We went into the family room, and he was showing me a new musical system that he had installed, and it was kind of like a little toy for him. He was showing me how it works. It plays upstairs and downstairs in this room, etc.
All right, first
And-
time you'd seen that?
First time, yes.
Okay.
I'd seen that, yes.
And what happened after that?
And we just sit there and we listened to the music, and we were waiting for the rest of the guests to arrive.
All right, did some other people arrive?
Yes.
And who arrived, ma'am?
It was a lady, I can't remember her name, but he introduced me to her, and I forgot her name, but she was his director.
Director in what?
And I suppose the movies, and maybe Frogman, I'm not sure.
Okay. And,
And-
she arrived?
Yes, she arrived.
Okay. Did someone else arrive?
A little later on, yes.
And who was that?
Paula Bavaria.
Paula
arrived.
Bavaria?
Yes.
Excuse me, Counsel. Ma'am, if you would, Ms. Moore, would you allow Mr. Cochran to finish asking you the question before you start to speak, because the court reporter can only report one person talking at a time, okay?
Okay.
And Mr. Cochran, would you let her finish answering before you start to answer the next
Certainly.
question, please?
I certainly will.
Thank you.
So that we're clear for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, tell us the order that people arrived there that evening.
Well, I came first, and then his director came, and Paula was last.
All right. Had you ever seen or did you know Paula Barbieri before that day?
Yes, I had seen Paula prior to that.
All right. Now, after everybody arrived, and by the way, was the director a male or female?
It was a female.
All right. And after everyone arrived, tell us what happened then.
We had A dinner.
Okay, and who prepared dinner, if you recall?
Gigi.
And is that Gigi Guerin, G-U-A-R-I-N?
Gigi is the maid.
Okay, is that the lady who, the housekeeper there?
Yes, the housekeeper.
All right. So did all of you have dinner together?
Yes.
All right. And after you had dinner, what happened after that?
His director left, and Paula stayed for a while, and then she talked for a while, and then she left. And then I cut his hair, and he put the Frogman video on. So while I cut his hair, he watched the video.
All right. Were you able to see the video yourself at that
Well,
time?
I couldn't concentrate on it because I was cutting his hair.
Right.
But I did, look at it a little bit.
So you then proceeded to cut his hair, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And about what time was that, if you recall, on the May 23rd date?
Probably about 8:39, maybe.
And on that occasion, with regard to cutting his hair, you did not shampoo his hair, did you?
No.
He didn't have any chemicals in his hair, did he?
No.
And do you recall whether or not you did anything about the, if he had any gray at that time?
Yeah, I clipped the grays out.
And was this haircut similar to the other haircuts you gave him over the course of the 16 years you did his hair?
Yes.
Now, so in addition to Mr. Simpson being a patron or a customer of yours, was he someone that who also, over the years, became a friend of yours also?
Yes.
Now, I'll save some time and ask you this. You didn't see Mr. Simpson on June 12th, 1994, did you?
No, I did not.
And was May 23rd, 1994 about the last time that you cut his hair?
It was the last time, yes.
And how had you gotten to that location, to Rockingham?
How'd
You get up there that night?
I drove my car.
And when it was over, you left, is that
I
correct?
left.
All right. You came down here today pursuant to request to testify, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
Ms. Clark.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Ms. Moore.
Good afternoon.
Dandruff, that's a condition of the scalp, isn't it?
Right.
Okay. And just from a layperson's understanding, because that's all I have, it's when your scalp gets dry, correct?
Right.
Okay. And when you have that condition where your scalp gets dry, if you comb your hair, you're going to pull those flakes off the scalp, is that right?
This is very true.
Okay. So when you would comb his hair when he had dandruff, those flakes would come out, correct?
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes yes and sometimes no?
Yes. Well, the more vigorous I comb it, the more it would come out. Sometimes I would just brush it
Right.
and cut it. I didn't use the comb.
Right. So if you didn't use a comb, even if he had dandruff, you wouldn't disturb any flakes on the hair. Is that a fair statement?
That's true.
And so if his hairs came out by themselves, if they were naturally shed, you know what I mean, without being pulled out by combing, then they might not show any flakes of dandruff. Is that right?
Would you repeat the question, please?
Sure. If you did not comb the hair, if his hair was just, we shed hairs every day, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, unfortunately.
Yes.
And, all right, in that process, if you just shed your hair naturally and you're not combing, then the dandruff is not going to come off on the hair, isn't that right?
Then it's not going to come off on where? I don't understand the question.
When you just indicated when you comb the hair vigorously, dandruff will come off.
Right.
Okay. And if you don't, if you just brush his hair, the dandruff doesn't come off.
Right.
Okay. Which means that if you don't brush or comb the hair and it just falls out by itself, the dandruff doesn't come off.
If you don't do anything to the hair, I guess it'll just stay there. I'm not sure, really. I guess it'll just stay on the scalp.
Okay. And it won't be shown up in the hair, right?
I can't
Sustain.
say that. I don't know.
Ma'am, when I sustain the objection, that means don't answer the question.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, next question.
Okay. So sometimes he had dandruff and sometimes he did not.
That's correct.
Okay. And sometimes in the summer when you saw him to take care of his hair, he would have dandruff, and sometimes he would not.
That's correct.
And dandruff, can that be caused by a change in hygiene, like what you eat and how you take care of yourself?
I'm not sure.
Oral. She's indicated she's not sure.
Okay.
Next.
And for example, if you have a change in shampoo, can that cause dandruff?
Oral.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure if changing shampoo would. It could cause it, and it could help it.
Aggravated.
It could cause it, make it better, or make it worse.
Okay. So what about a change in the type of water you use? Could that cause dandruff or affect it or aggravate it?
Yes.
Now, dandruff can occur in a 1 to 2 day period. Is that fair to say?
Sustain.
How long does it, if you know? Because you've been treating, how many people have you had as customers over the 30 years?
How many people I've had as customers?
Regular customers. Let's narrow it down some.
I really don't know the answer to that one.
Would it be fair to say thousands?
No.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, of those hundreds over the past 30 years, have some of them had dandruff?
Yes.
What percentage would you say had dandruff?
I'm not sure. Maybe 5%.
Okay. And of that 5% that had dandruff, did you notice that some would have dandruff at times and not at others?
Yes.
And on those occasions when those people had dandruff sometimes and didn't have it other times, can the condition of having dandruff occur in the period of, say, a week to 2 weeks,
I suppose so.
depending on the change of water, shampoo, and whatnot?
That's correct.
Now, you indicated that, well, how long have you been going to Rockingham to do the defendant's hair?
I just about ever since I've been cutting his hair.
All I remember from when they were doing the hair samples was that the expert said that people in jail often develop dandruff. And we were trying, and the camera went to OJ's head right away. We were trying to see if he had dandruff. But that's all I remember them talking about dandruff so far in this trial.
Here, off and on, I would go to the house and do it too.
Okay, so on some of those occasions, you would see Nicole Brown there, I take it?
Yes.
Okay, and you knew her?
Yes.
And when prior to May 23rd did you see her at Rockingham?
I believe May 1st.
May 1st? Mm-hmm. Is that yes? I'm sorry, for the reporter. Was that, we can't say mm-hmm, we have to say yes or no.
Oh, yes.
Is that yes? Okay. And when prior to, you saw Paula Barbieri there on May 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. And when prior to May 23rd did you see Paula Barbieri there?
I didn't see Paula there. She came to my shop.
She came to your shop, did she?
Yes.
Okay. And did she come to your shop earlier in May?
No.
Did she come to your shop in April?
No.
When did she come to your shop?
Summer of '92.
Was that the only time?
Yes.
Okay. So she was not a regular customer of yours?
No.
Okay. And you did not socialize with her?
No.
Did you visit Rockingham again between May 23rd and June 12th?
No.
And so did you see the defendant between May 23rd and June 12th?
No.
Did you ever, to the best of your knowledge, ma'am, did Arnell Simpson treat her hair?
Sustained.
Were you acquainted with the defendant when he was married to Marguerite?
No.
Okay. Did you ever meet Marguerite?
Sustained.
May we approach? I have an offer, Your Honor.
With court work. All right, thank you, counsel. Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. You're a professional hairdresser, are you not?
Yes.
Okay. And you've tinted and dyed hair in your time, have you?
Yes.
Okay. Many times.
Yes.
And as part of your expertise, you know what tinted or dyed hair looks like, correct?
Well, sometimes you can tell, and sometimes you can't.
Right. Okay. As a professional, do you think that you could tell better than, say, I could, whether someone's hair is dyed or treated?
I object to the form of that question as soon as she would go in this part.
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
I'm not a hairdresser. Do you think that you, as a hairdresser, have a better ability to determine whether someone treats or dyes their hair than someone who is not a hairdresser and does not have the experience of dyeing and treating hair on a regular basis?
Yes.
All right. Are you familiar with the name Marguerite Simpson?
Yes.
And you're aware that she is the former wife of the defendant?
Yes.
In your opinion, ma'am, does she dye or treat her hair?
Sustained. Foundation.
Have you seen her hair?
Foundation.
You have seen Marguerite Simpson on television, have you not?
Yes.
In connection with this case, correct?
Yes.
And you have seen her in your shop, perhaps?
Yes.
And when was the very first time you saw her in your shop?
Probably about 1979, maybe.
And when you saw her in 1979, was her hair dyed or treated?
Overruled based on the offer.
I don't remember.
Since that time, though, you've seen her on other occasions, have you not?
I saw her about, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it was, but it was maybe in the last few months or so. She came to the shop.
And when she came to the shop in the last few months, did you notice that her hair was dyed or treated?
Rephrase the question.
Can you tell us what your observation was of her hair?
You know, to be honest, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember what her hair was like. I don't remember.
As a hairdresser, doesn't the way people's hair look, isn't that something that stands out to you?
That's true.
Overruled.
And that's something that you take particular notice of because that's your job, that's your profession.
That's true.
And you do not recall what Miss Simpson's hair looked like when you saw it a few months ago?
Sustained.
You do not recall whether your observation of her hair revealed to you that it was dyed or treated when you saw her a few months ago?
Sustained. We've already answered the question.
I don't think it is. All right. Are you familiar? You know who Arnell Simpson is, correct?
That's correct.
Now, you've seen her on television as well, have you not?
Yes.
Have you also seen her at Rockingham?
Not since May 1st.
May 1st was the last time you saw her at Rockingham?
That's correct.
And on that occasion, did you happen to notice whether her hair was dyed or treated?
Overruled. You can answer the question.
I don't know if she dyed it or not.
Could have been, but you don't know.
It could have been, but I don't know.
Sustained.
I don't know.
Wait. All right, she doesn't know. Answer will stand. She's indicated she did not know. Proceed.
Have you seen Arnell on prior occasions, that is before May 1st, 1994?
Yes.
And on those prior occasions, do you recall whether or not her hair was dyed or treated?
Overruled.
I don't know if she dyes it or not.
Did you make any observations that caused you to form an opinion one way or another?
I know her hair always looked nice.
Yes, other than looking nice. Does
That's,
it appear...
that
does it
I
look to-
remember.
Other than looking nice, does it appear to you to have been dyed or treated? Or tinted?
Sustained. It's been asked and answered.
I don't know.
Wait, ma'am. When I sustain the
Oh,
objection,
yes, okay.
please don't answer. All right?
I have nothing further.
All right. Mr. Cochran?
Just a couple of questions. Ms. Moore, you've never done Marguerite Thomas's hair, have you?
No, I haven't.
All right. She's not a customer of yours, is she?
No.
Overruled.
And with regard to Arnell Simpson, you said her hair looks nice all the time?
Yes.
She's not a customer of yours either, is she?
No.
And as far as you know, Mr. Simpson didn't change the water at his house between May 1st and May 25th, did he?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Not that I know of.
And you described for us that you had seen Paula Barberi back in 1992, and then you next saw her again on May 25th, 1994. Is that correct?
May 23rd.
May 23rd, 1994.
Yes.
Your birthday.
Right.
Right? And the last time that you saw Miss Nicole Brown Simpson was on May 1st, 1994. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And were you at Rockingham on that date?
Yes.
And were you there to give Mr. Simpson a haircut?
Yes.
And was Miss Nicole Brown Simpson there that time?
Yes, she was.
Thank you very kindly for coming today. Nothing further.
Anything more, Ms. Clark? Certainly.
That was riveting content. I'm going to rewatch that later, maybe twice if I can't sleep.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Moore, thank you very much for coming in. You're excused. All right, next witness.
She looks very pretty in that dress. Cochran just scratched his head. Did you see? He did it. He's the murderer. He did it. Oh, I have to fast forward this part, don't I? I know my job. We got another witness. Coming, look, here he comes. That's not a witness. That's not a witness. Or maybe he is a witness. Can I get a witness?
Mrs. Robertson.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause not being before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat on the witness stand and state so your first and last names for the record.
My name is Donald Thompson, D-O-N-A-L-D-T-H-O-M-P-S-O-N.
Mr. Cochran.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Officer Thompson. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Very good, sir. Thank you for coming this afternoon. I'd like to direct your attention, sir, back to the date of June 12th of 1994. At sometime on that date, in around the noonday hour, were you assigned to 360 Rockingham in the city of Brentwood, or city of Los Angeles, Brentwood, California?
Not on June 12th.
All right. How about, can I do that and ask that same question for June 13th, 1994?
Yes, sir.
And at about noon on that day, were you assigned to the 360 Rockingham residence?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, was your assignment in the West Los Angeles district of the LAPD?
Yes, it was.
You were in the West LA division, I should say.
Yes, sir.
Now, may I have just a second, Your Honor?
You don't even know what questions you want to ask this witness. He just got on the stand. You should know that. This is your witness.
A piece of evidence, Your Honor, but we'll proceed. What time, if you recall, did you arrive at the Rockingham location on that date, sir?
I would say about 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little after 8:05 or so.
Okay, 8:05 on, and we're talking June 13th, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And at some time around noon or thereabouts, did you have occasion to see Mr. O.J. Simpson at that location?
Yes, I did.
And tell us what time that was you saw Mr. Simpson.
It was around noon,
All right, right around noontime?
somewhere around noon.
All right. And when you saw him, did he appear to you to be in an agitated state or an upset state? Let me counsel correct that. Can you describe how Mr. Simpson appeared when you first saw him around noon on June 13th?
Yes. He seemed to be in a hurried state.
I doubt any of you remember the Kelly trial. But before I did OJ, I did this George Kelly trial. And both of the lawyers, prosecution and defense, they kept doing the same thing, which was outstandingly annoying. And Johnny does the same thing. He asks a question, "What time did you do that?" And then the witness replies, "Noon." And then he says immediately, "So it was about noon?" And it is just outstandingly annoying and redundant that he keeps asking the question that was just answered. And the Kelly trial, I think, actually gave me PTSD. For people asking the same question that was just answered in the exact same way with the same answer in the question. So it was about noon? Yeah, he just said that. So Johnny needs to stop because Judge Middleton says I cannot sue for PTSD. And I think Johnny is not with us anymore, so I can't. But maybe I can try to sue his estate.
All right. And did it appear as though he was just coming back to the premises there?
Sustained.
Could you tell whether or not he'd been there before or was just coming back?
Sustained. Phrase the question.
Certainly. Did you, when you were there at 8:05, you didn't see Mr. Simpson, did you?
No, I didn't.
All right. And you said, you just told this jury that you saw him around 12 noon. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did he appear to come from the street, Rockingham, onto the grounds at the time you saw him?
Yes.
All right. Did he appear to you also to be upset when you saw him?
Sustained.
Well, can you tell us anything else about his demeanor as you saw him there?
No.
Remember that you and I had a conversation yesterday in this courtroom?
Yes.
And at that time, I asked you about how Mr. Simpson appeared, and you recall indicating to me that he seemed to you to be agitated when you first saw him? Use those words, agitated?
I don't remember using the words agitated, but he did seem to be in a hurry.
You don't recall using the word agitated with me yesterday?
I may have used that word, but I don't
that-
recall right now.
Would that somewhat fit it?
Somewhat.
All right. It's just your best recollection, officer. All right? Okay. So as he appeared in this hurried, agitated state, did you strike that? Before we get to that, had you... Your Honor, you're smiling. Sorry. Okay. I just looked up and saw you smiling. It took me aback. Let me just think a moment here. Let's back up a moment. Prior to your seeing Mr. Simpson there at about 12 noon on June 13th, Did you have a conversation with a detective by the name of Van Adder?
Yes, I did.
And did Detective Van Adder give you some instructions with regard to what to do when you saw Mr. Simpson arrive at the location?
Yes, he did.
What did he tell you to do? Thank you. You may answer.
He told me to place the defendant in handcuffs as soon as he arrived.
Well, now, didn't he say specifically, told you to hook him up or cuff him, referring to Mr. Simpson when he arrived?
Yes.
All right. And when did he tell you to hook him up or cuff him when Mr. Simpson arrived? When did Van Adder tell you to do that?
That was shortly before Mr. Simpson arrived. I would say about a minute to a minute and a half before he arrived.
All right, so this would be then shortly before 12, right?
Well, that's if Mr. Simpson arrived at 12.
Okay, and your best estimate was around 12, is that correct, sir?
Somewhere around 12 o'clock.
Okay, and so where were you when Van Adder gave you these instructions?
I was at the front of the Simpson residence.
All right, and on that particular date, at that time, Detective Van Adder was senior to you in your service with the LAPD, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that was an instruction he gave you that you
Be right back, guys.
carry out, isn't that right?
Be good.
Yes.
And this was, so we're clear, this was on June 13th, prior to 12 noon on that date, is that correct? He gave you these instructions,
Overruled.
right?
Once again, that is if the actual time when Mr. Simpson arrived was, in fact, 12 o'clock.
All right, and that's your best recollection?
Yes.
Okay, we understand. So now, so Van Adder gave you these instructions, and then you saw Mr. Simpson after that, is that correct?
Yes.
And then Mr. Simpson came on the premises in this agitated, hurried state, and, well,
Sustained. Sustained.
well, let me see if I can state this. After you talked to Van Adder, when you first talked to Van Adder and he gave you these instructions to hook him up or to cuff him, you didn't see Mr. O.J. Simpson at that point, did you?
No.
All right. It was after that you saw Mr. Simpson, right?
Yes.
And then after you saw Mr. Simpson come on the premises, as you described his condition, his demeanor, did you follow the instructions of Detective Van Adder? Did you hook him up or did you cuff Mr. O.J. Simpson?
Yes, I did.
And as he walked on the premises, did you hook him up or cuff him in an area over near where there appears to be some kind of a child's house?
Sustained.
All right. Where did you hook him up or cuff him?
It was near the front door of the residence.
All right. And then at some point, didn't you ask him to step over to an area where there's some trees and?
Sustained.
All right.
Rephrase the question, please.
Sure, Your Honor. I'll be glad to.
It's hard to shift roles, isn't it?
No, Your Honor. I'll adjust, Your Honor.
All right.
Now, sir, you hooked him up or you cuffed him near the front of the Rockingham residence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And was anyone else around at that point?
I don't know what you mean by around.
Was anyone else real close, in close proximity to you and Mr. Simpson at that point?
At the time he was being placed in handcuffs?
Yes, sir.
At that time, I didn't see anyone near me.
All right. And after you hooked him up or cuffed him, did you move him to some other location?
No.
At some point, did you turn him over to someone else, Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
And who's that?
The detectives at the scene.
And who were the detectives we're talking about?
There were a number of detectives at the scene.
All right. Specifically, do you recall which detective, if any, you turned Mr. Simpson over to?
Not independently, I can't remember.
All right. When I say turn him over to a detective, after you hooked him up or cuffed him near the front of the Rockingham residence, is that where you left Mr. Simpson at that point?
Yes.
And then you went some other location at that point?
Yes.
And when Mr. Simpson, when you last saw him, at least at that point, was he near the front of the residence?
Yes.
At some point after that, did you ever see Mr. Simpson over under a tree near what appears to be a child's playhouse? Did you ever see it? You may answer.
Yes.
How much time elapsed from the time you'd handcuffed him by the front door to the time you saw him over by this tree in the child's playhouse?
Well, the location where he was handcuffed, which was close to the front door, was at that location specifically.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused when you say at that location.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
This tree and dollhouse.
Okay, so was it your testimony that he was handcuffed by the tree and dollhouse also?
I'm saying that the tree and dollhouse is, in fact, close to the front door.
All right.
He was handcuffed there, which happens to be close to the front door of the residence.
Okay, so if you had the front door to the right and the tree and the dollhouse to the left, which would he be handcuffed closest to?
I would say closer to the tree.
All right,
The
closer to that tree?
dollhouse. Yes.
All right. Now, prior to your testimony here, have you had occasion to see a video of you and Mr. Simpson on the premises there at about the time you hooked him up or handcuffed him?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
And did you see it as recently as this week?
No.
When's the last time you saw it?
Well, I would say maybe about a month ago I saw a portion of it.
All right, who showed that to you?
I saw part of it on television.
All right, have you seen it since that time at all?
No.
All right. Now, you know, I wanted to see if we have that. Is it Exhibit 1250? Let's see if we got it here. I'd like at this point to mark, and counsel perhaps may want to see it, Exhibit 1250. If I can talk to Mr. Darden for a moment, perhaps we can save some time. There are two exhibits here. Exhibit 1250, I'd like to mark now, and exhibit, I think, is 124. It's already in evidence, I believe. Real quickly.
Is this a fresh cup for, yes, it is. Proceed.
I'd like to mark as the next exhibit, Exhibit 1250, Your Honor, defendant's next in order, and would ask the court to allow us to play it at this point. I want to ask the officers a question.
1250.
Yeah, take it out. I don't think there's any sound on it.
All right.
I'll see there's a monitor to your right down. All right, do you recognize that gentleman in the white shirt?
Yes, I do.
And who is that?
That's Mr. Simpson.
And to Mr. Simpson's right is a tall gentleman in an LAPD uniform. You recognize that individual?
Yes.
And at that point, do you have your left hand on Mr. Simpson's right hand? Right arm, rather? You able to tell?
It looks like our arms are touching.
All right, and that, Your Honor, for the record of defendants 1250, it's 000801.05.
Yes.
Thank you. You may continue, Mr. President. And now we see you are touching him at that point, right? You have him by the arm?
Yes.
You have him by the right arm?
Yes.
All right. Let me continue. Now, he's just arrived at that location, isn't that correct?
Yes.
All right. Was that a fair and accurate portrayal of the way his arrival was depicted as he came back to that location on June 3rd, 1994, June 13th, 1994, around noon?
Yes, it was.
All right. Now I want to show you another one. I think the next one is People's 124. But this may already be in evidence. Right? Now, this is this the tree we were talking about across from the front door of Mr. Simpson's residence?
Yes, it is.
And you recognize Mr. O.J. Simpson there?
Yes, I do.
And there was a police officer in front of him and in close proximity to him. Is that you? You may not be able to see it now, but earlier? Who is that in that picture now?
It looks like...
I'm going to ask to back that up, Your Honor, again.
Maybe you start at the front of that, because I think we see that,
Yes.
the witness.
Now, I see a police officer behind Mr. Simpson, and I can't make out his name badge, but he has those couple of stripes on his arm there. Do you recognize who that is?
Yes, I do.
Who is that?
That is me.
Okay. And is that about the time that you're hooking him up or handcuffing him?
Yes.
All right, because Mr. Simpson's hands are behind him at that point. Is that right?
No.
They're not behind him?
No.
All right. But this is just prior to the time that you handcuffed him?
Yes.
All right. And so that is you, though? All right.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, sir. Shortly after that, do you handcuff him? Are you handcuffing him now? In that scene now, is he handcuffed?
Would you play it back again for me? I glanced away.
Are you able to make anything out on that?
Yes.
All right. Now, at that point, is Mr. Simpson handcuffed at that point?
Not yet.
All right. You're in the process of, or about to start?
Yes.
Okay, go on, Mr. Harris, please, sir. Now, does he at some point, now, he's handcuffed at this point, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, and do you recognize Detective Van Natter, Phil Van Natter?
Yes, I do.
And at that point, you left the location, have you? Or left the immediate location?
Yes.
You returned to the front of Rockingham?
Yes, I did.
All right. And you now hooked him up, is that correct?
I placed him in handcuffs. Yes, I did.
And before you left, and is that a fair picture of how Mr. Simpson appeared when he's handcuffed, with his hands handcuffed behind his back?
Yes.
How long would you say he had been back home on his premises before he was handcuffed like that?
You're asking me how much time had
Yeah,
elapsed?
from the time he was walking in to the time he's handcuffed in that condition.
I would say about a little over 30 seconds,
About 30 seconds?
maybe a little longer, 45 seconds.
30 to 45 seconds would be a good estimate, is that right? And then thereafter, after this 30 to 45 second period of time, you then turned him over to the detective, is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. And you then have described for us that you went back out to the front of the residence near the Rockingham gate, is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
When you returned to the Rockingham gate, did you observe a coffee cup on the hood of the white Ford Bronco parked there?
Sustained.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can rephrase it. When you returned to the Rockingham gate, did you see anything unusual on the hood of the white Ford Bronco?
Yes, I did.
What did you see, sir?
I saw 2 white styrofoam cups.
2 of them? And
Yes.
can you give us a word picture for the jury? Where were these white styrofoam cups?
They were on the hood of the Bronco.
And, oh golly, can you tell us, were they near the engine? Were they near the windshield? How were they situated? Give us a word picture, if you would. Picture.
I really don't remember exactly where they were placed, but I do remember they were on the hood.
All right. Were they close to each other, the 2 styrofoam cups?
Yes.
Were they side by side?
Yes, close to each other.
And when you first observed them, how far away were you from the Bronco?
I would say about 15 to 20 feet.
From the Bronco? Right.
Yes.
All right. And so you saw these 2 styrofoam cups. And did you see any person close to the Bronco at that time?
No, I didn't.
All right. At some point, did you ascertain that from one of your brother officers who had put either one of these cups? Well, not yet. May I finish the question? Okay, thank you. Did you ascertain from your partner who had put at least one of these styrofoam cups on the Bronco?
Yes, I did.
And what was your partner's name?
Angela Guzman.
Guzman?
Yes.
And was she the lady, Angela Guzman, who was in the photograph, the first one we showed, defendants 1250?
Yes.
All right. And she told you who had placed both of the cups on there or one of them?
Sustained.
All right. As a result of your conversation with Angela Guzman, your partner, did you then have a conversation with a photographer?
Yes, I did.
Was this photographer a male or a female?
A female.
And was the subject matter of that conversation whether or not this female photographer had placed one of the styrofoam?
Sustained.
Well, this conversation you had with the female photographer, where did it take place?
In the street on Rockingham.
Was it near the Bronco? and was the subject matter of that conversation dealing with cups?
Yes.
And after you had this conversation with this lady, did you see her do anything with regard to any cup that was in or around that Bronco?
No.
Did anyone remove these 2 cups you saw off the Bronco?
Yes.
Who removed them?
I did.
And did you remove it or remove both of them?
Yes, I did.
And did you remove them after the conversation you had with this lady, the photographer?
I think I did.
Do you know the name of this female photographer you spoke with, sir?
I'd like to change that answer.
Okay, you certainly may, sir.
I think I moved them before I had the conversation with her.
All right, well, let's see if we can get the sequence straight. You saw 2 cups, styrofoam cups on the Bronco, the hood of the Bronco, right?
Yes.
Is that the first thing you observed with regard to the Bronco and the
Yes.
cups? Then did you have the conversation with your partner, Angela Guzman, after that?
Yes.
Then, did you then remove the 2 cups after that conversation with Angela Guzman?
Yes.
Then did you have the conversation with the female photographer?
Yes.
Since you removed the 2 cups, was any liquid in either one of those 2 cups?
I think there was some liquid in one of the cups.
All right. Was one cup empty, if you recall, or were they both have some liquid in them?
I really don't remember too much about the other cup.
All right. So we don't recall about one cup, but let's talk about the cup you remember. Okay.
Okay.
What do you recall as being in that other cup, sir?
I remember coffee being in that cup.
All right. And you removed the cup, the one with the coffee in it, and what'd you do with it?
I placed it on the curb near the Bronco.
All right. What'd you do with the second cup, sir?
It was placed next to the first cup.
They were both placed there. Is that right?
Yes.
Were either of those cups ever photographed? If you know.
I don't think so.
All right. And when you removed the 2 cups from the hood of the Bronco, did you see one of those circles that coffee cups sometimes leave, like on the bottom of it?
Yes, I did.
And did you see one was kind of a circle or a ring?
Yes.
And did you see 1 or 2?
I distinctly remember seeing one.
All right. You don't remember the second one?
I don't recall if there was a second one or not.
All right. And so this, and was the ring that you remember, the circle or ring that you remember, was that from the cup that had the coffee therein?
I'm pretty sure it was.
All right. Now, in this, after you removed the 2 cups, the one with the coffee, as I understand the sequence of events, that's when you then had the conversation with this female photographer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how long did that conversation take place?
I would say it lasted about 15 seconds.
And in that conversation, did the subject matter of the cup with the coffee therein come up? You answered yes or no.
Yes.
Did you at some point give her back the cup of coffee, and she did something with it? Well, I'm asking. Thank you.
I really don't remember if it was given back to her.
All right.
But that's very possible that I did give the cups back to her
Okay,
to throw
sir.
away.
All right. Now, let's see now. With regard to your statement in this case, you had occasion to be interviewed by Detective Ron Phillips of the West Los Angeles Detective Bureau about April 7th, 1995 at 7:20 hours. Is that correct? Remember that?
Yes.
And if I were to show you a copy of that statement, might that refresh your recollection of whether or not you gave the cup of coffee back to the lady and that she threw it away?
It might.
May I approach her?
May I? Yeah, Mr. Darden, you have a copy of this report? All right, proceed.
I'll show you this.
I know she's shaking your head. Have you had occasion now to review this portion of the report? And for the record, Your Honor, I guess I'm talking about the third full paragraph on the second page of the report of Detective Phillips' interview with Officer Don Thompson. Have you read that now?
Yes.
And in reviewing that, does that refresh your recollection of what you told Detective Phillips back in April of 1995?
Yes.
Does that refresh your recollection of what took place on June 13th, 1994?
Yes, it does.
All right, tell us what happened, sir. Regarding
Starting from when I first saw the cups of coffee,
yes, why don't you start there?
I went back to the front. I saw 2 styrofoam cups on the hood of the Bronco. I asked my partner about the 2 styrofoam cups. She had made mention to the female photographer. I removed the 2 styrofoam cups, placed it on the curb, and I went to the photographer.
You talked to her?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And after you talked to her, what happened after that?
I gave the cups to her, and I'm assuming she threw them away.
Right. You gave both cups to her, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, would you be able to identify that photographer if you saw her again?
Yes, I would.
And did you take her name, by the way?
No, I didn't.
However, you did make a note of this, and you entered the incident on the vehicle impound report. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you try and make sure that photographs were taken of the coffee stains on the hood?
No, I didn't.
But you saw those yourself. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, while you're also out there at Rockingham that morning, did you ever see a lady run up to the Bronco and touch it on the driver's side door? Another female?
No, I didn't see a lady run up and touch it.
All right, did you ever see a lady approach the Bronco and appear to look in from the driver's side?
Not at that time.
All right, you saw that at some time, however, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And when in relation to June 13th, 1994, did you see a lady in close proximity to the Bronco on the driver's side, apparently peering in the window? Is it on television?
I saw it on television.
And when did you see it on television?
That was within a week or so after the incident had occurred.
So, within a week of June 13th, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you seen that video recently at all?
I've seen it, but not very recently.
All right. Did you have occasion at all on the date of June 13th to speak with that lady, that particular lady who was appearing in the Bronco?
Prior to that incident, yes, I did talk to her.
And you talked to that lady? And
Yes.
when was that you talked to her?
It was earlier in the morning.
And so that we're clear, we're talking about the morning of June 13th?
Yes.
Just prior to Mr. Simpson's return. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what time it was early in the morning you talked to this lady?
Could have been sometime between 10 and 11.
All right. Do you know her name?
No.
What were the circumstances? What were the circumstances surrounding your conversation with her that morning between 10 and 11?
She continued to ask me questions about various things in the driveway and the Bronco.
This particular lady did?
Yes.
And do you know what her occupation was? Were you able to ascertain that?
I would only assume that she was with the news media.
All right. You don't know that for sure, though, right? Or do you?
I'm pretty certain I think I did see a press pass.
Okay. So she was interrogating you about various things, is that correct?
Yes.
And then, as I understand it, that was between 10 and 11. You didn't actually see her peering or looking inside the Bronco until after the incident, is that correct?
That's correct.
But you recognized her as the same lady who'd been asking you questions earlier that morning. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, just a second, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to mark as defendant's next in order, Exhibit 1251, and I'd like to have Mr. Darden take a look at it if he wants, and then ask the officer a question or two about it.
Mr. Cochran, is this the same piece we've seen before?
Yes, he's seen it before, but just on the caution, I want to give him a chance to see it again.
All right, well, in the future, let's do this before we have the jury out here, please.
Mr. Harrison, would you please proceed? Your Honor, this will be 1251.
Is this the videotape of somebody walking up to the
Yes,
Bronco?
we've seen it, yes.
He
Recognize
recognizes
the
the
lady.
individual who's there. Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. You may proceed. Thank you, Your Honor. All right, I want you to take a look at this, Officer Thompson. Is that the Bronco you were talking about?
Yes, it is.
Okay, sir. Now, stop it there. That lady who has run up to the vehicle with the cap on and a white shirt and pants and tennis shoes, you recognize that lady?
Yes, I do.
And is that the lady that you had been talking with between 10 and 11 on June 13th who's been asking you a lot of questions?
Yes.
And is this the footage that you saw about a week after June 13th?
Yes, it is.
You believe that lady's with the press, do you?
Yes.
And we don't know her. You cannot give us her name. Is that right at this point?
I don't know her name, but I definitely remember an accent, an English accent.
An English as in Great Britain or UK?
Yes, or possibly Australian.
All right. That's all you can tell us at this point?
Yes.
Okay, sir. May continue on, sir. That it? It's fine, sir. Just so that we're clear, the conversation that you had with this lady with the English accent, who we subsequently saw in that video, was that conversation before or after the conversation with the female photographer with regards to the cups on the Bronco, the 2 cups?
That was before.
The conversation with the lady who spoke English
Yes.
was before that.
Yes.
So you dealt with 2 different ladies on that occasion, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming today, Officer Thompson.
Thank you.
Mr. Darden?
Good afternoon, Officer Thompson.
Good afternoon, sir.
You and I met each other last Friday evening, is that correct?
That's right.
And since that time, I've made you available to Mr. Cochran and Mr. Douglas to be interviewed by them, is that right?
That's correct.
Before going over to Rockingham, you went over to Bundy that morning, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
You arrived at Bundy around 6:55 in the morning?
Sustained.
Make an offer of proof. I understand the court's prior ruling, Judge. Okay, if I can just ask a couple of questions.
Couple.
Thank you. Can you left Bundy at 8:05, approximately?
Yes,
Okay. And from there, you went over to Rockingham, is that right?
that's right.
Now, prior to leaving Bundy, did you have a chance to look around? I'd like to approach and make an offer.
Sustained. Proceed.
You understand the term probable cause, Officer Thompson?
Let me see at the sidebar with Corporal. this discussion's gonna take a little longer than I thought. We're gonna take our break right now, so why don't y'all step back into the jury room, take your mid-afternoon break, and then I'll chat with the lawyers here for a few moments out of your presence, all right? Remember all my admonitions to you. Right, officer, you can step down, don't go away. Porter, would you resume your spot there, please? All right, the record should reflect the jury has withdrawn from the courtroom. All right, Mr. Darden, my understanding is that you wish to inquire on cross-examination of Officer Thompson what information he had that, in his mind, justified detaining Mr. Simpson at the time that he arrived at his premises, approximately noon on June the 13th, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Cochran has made an issue of the fact that the defendant was handcuffed in 30 seconds or 45 seconds upon his arrival at the house, and he has raised this rush to judgment issue before this jury, and I think that, I'm sure that the court would agree, I think any lawyer would agree that there's more than sufficient probable cause at that point to place this defendant in handcuffs. And we would like the opportunity to rebut this inference that counsel has raised before this jury, a wrongful inference, and establish before the jury and show the jury that in normal police practice, given the information known to this officer, there was more than sufficient probable cause to arrest him, to place him in handcuffs. There's nothing wrong with what happened with this defendant at 360 Rockingham, and had he not been a celebrity or somebody else, he'd have been arrested and handcuffed less than 30 seconds. I think the jury should be made aware of that.
But isn't the testimony of this officer that he was following the directions of Detective Van Adder? That he was instructed by somebody else, and that it was Detective Van Adder who made the probable cause determination, not this particular officer?
That's correct, Your Honor, but this officer, as a member of the LAPD, has no duty to follow or comply with an unlawful order from a Detective 3, which Van Adder was. Had he not believed in the propriety of placing this defendant in handcuffs, he could have objected. He didn't have to do it, but he did, and he did it because he knew, or he had some information about the crime scene at Bundy because he had been there. He knew about the bodies, he knew about the footprints, he knew about the blood drop. I believe that ended at the driveway. He knew and saw the blood in the Bronco. He knew about that. He saw the blood drops leading away from the Bronco and the blood drops leading up the driveway into the foyer of the house. And because we're talking about an issue of probable cause, I suggest as well that he has a right to rely on hearsay. And he should be allowed to tell the jury everything he knew and heard that morning that would suggest to any reasonable police officer that this defendant had killed 2 people. He should have been arrested, and the jury should be made aware of that. And they should be made aware of it in the context of the so-called rush to judgment.
And what is your contemplated cross-examination of Officer Thompson at this point? That he was at Bundy, that he was aware of the crime scene issues?
Yes.
He was aware of the blood at the Rockingham address, and based upon that, he saw no reason to disagree with Detective Van Adder's determination to hook up Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
I could do that in 3 questions.
Well, it'd be more dramatic if you did it in 15, Your Honor.
But we're not here for drama, are we, Mr. Darden?
Well, I'm not anymore. But, also, I think it's important.
That wasn't an appropriate comment, Mr. Cochran. That was a cheap shot.
I'm sorry, did Mr. Cochran apologize?
Not yet, but he will.
But I think it's important to establish before the jury that these officers acted in good faith, Your Honor, and that this is not some conspiracy, and that the officers did not act maliciously toward this defendant.
Mr. Cochran?
First of all we're trying to get here is a fair trial. Before we started this proceeding, this record should reflect that I approached the bench, to Your Honor, and asked you, went through this officer's report. As an officer who told you what I would go into. There was a particular area I would not go into, and you indicated that would not be allowed to go into. The reason why this trial has lasted so long is because we have all these whatever their minds may think of, they want to go over and rehash. We've heard this for 6 months in their case, and now I cannot believe the court is entertaining the thought of allowing them to do that again. we made it very clear what I was going to go into. Then I did exactly that, Your Honor. I mean, what we want is a fair trial here. I mean, it seems that whenever we limit everything we're doing, we're the ones moving this case, and it's grossly unfair. This officer's state of mind has nothing to do with it. All we sought to prove is just the facts. They're always talking about the truth of the situation. The truth of the matter is, Mr. Simpson returned here at 12 o'clock on June 13th, and within 30 to 45 seconds, he was handcuffed. Now, that's what I brought out, and there were 2 coffee cups on the Bronco. Now, to allow them to go back and talk about some blood on Bundy, we heard about this for months, Your Honor. We've heard about all that. Probable cause is not an issue. His state of mind is not an issue. Van Adder is the one. I specifically elicited. Van Adder is the one who said, hook him up. The fact that the court could answer those questions in 2 or 3 questions, that's very nice, Your Honor. But then Your Honor's no longer in the district attorney's office. That's their job. And as the judge, we ask you I want Mr. Simpson to have a fair trial. And the fair trial comes about when we approach, ask you for certain rulings in advance so we can rely upon those things. And when the people come right behind, he starts talking about Bundy, and our objection is beyond the scope clearly. You know, what can we rely on? And I think that's the point, Your Honor, that we're asking. This is not relevant. His state of mind is not irrelevant, has nothing to do with it at all. All I sought to bring out was what the facts were, Your Honor, as they existed on that morning, and that's all we elicited. And I tried to use the videos, they want to talk about truth, of what actually took place. This officer told a straightforward story, and that was all. In no way did I attack him. I just elicited the facts from what they were. Now, counsel wants to go and now bring out his state of mind, and then they make all these statements. I mean, you know, Your Honor, that's what this trial is all about, isn't it, as to who did it. I mean, the fact that they think Mr. Simpson is guilty has nothing to do with reality. There's the truth, and there's the truth according to them. And I just would ask, Your Honor, to counsel all of us as advocates. We don't make those kind of statements. We just, like, go right down the middle. He's presumed to be innocent. That's the rule in America, when last I looked. So all these statements about he should have been hooked up if he hadn't been, that's preposterous. A jury, the conscience of this community, will make the judgment in that regard. It doesn't matter if the state of mind or whether Van Adder was right or whatever. Ultimately, all of these facts we put together in a search for truth, Your Honor. Not that there was blood over there. We know about that. It's not as though they've been precluded. You gave them 6 months to get everything they wanted to until they finally sat down and said they arrested. Now they want to put on their case during our case. And I cannot count the times that we would approach the bench and you would say, counsel, it's their case. They can put it on any way they want to. And it's our turn now. And so what we do is approach you and ask you to limit certain things. You say we're going to limit them, and now we're wasting time again with another major argument. And the fact that you can do it in three questions, you know, and I apologize if I don't perceive it to be a cheap shot. What he said was, he says, I'm out of drama. I said, yes, after the gloves. Now, that wasn't a cheap shot. That's not your interpretation. I didn't think it was.
I thought it was.
Well, it's your court, so if you think it was, then I apologize. But I don't think it's a cheap shot. I was responding to what Mr. Darden said to my colleagues.
Counsel, Mr. Darden and I were discussing a matter, and you piped in with that which I took to be a cheap shot.
Well, I didn't think it was a cheap shot. I was talking to Mr. Shapiro. I did not, when you say pipe in, but you hear very well, Your Honor, so I accept that, and I
Mr.
apologize.
Cochran,
I
you think about that.
I will, Your Honor.
Simpson matter, all parties are again present. All right, counsel, I'm going to sustain the 352 objection to going into the facts and circumstances that would have led Officer Don Thompson to arrest Mr. Simpson were that his independent determination. I will allow one question of Officer Thompson. Did he disagree with the direction to detain Mr. Simpson and place him in handcuffs at that time? That's the only question I'll allow in that vein. All right, let's have the jury, please. And Mr. Cochran and Mr. Darden, I want to see both of you in my chambers when we conclude this afternoon.
Sorry.
And that'll be with the court reporter.
Does Your Honor want to reschedule the sanctions motion that is scheduled for 1 o'clock?
You know, I completely forgot about that.
Can I address that a moment? With regard to timing, Jess?
Timing? I'm sorry, I forgot we had Mr. Ullman down from Stanford.
I kind of thought he might have been here to examine Mr. Moraz, or else I would have said something to him earlier, and I apologize. No, I didn't know.
No problem.
You're not going to be doing Mr. Moraz, I take it?
No.
With respect to that, Your Honor, and I do apologize to counsel, but we were going to ask that we take this up on Friday, if that's all right with the court. I do not know what other plans there are, but this motion has become much bigger than I thought.
All right, Mr. Neufeld, you seem to have a reaction to Friday.
I do have a side reaction. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Which is simply that, as I think Mr. Douglas had told you before, Donald on Woods Street tomorrow. The discovery is now complete, and he is here in Los Angeles, and we intend to do a sanction motion for 1 o'clock this afternoon.
May I be heard to that, Your Honor?
Yes.
I just want to say that, so if you want to do it at 5 or 5:30 or whatever, that's acceptable as well.
The problem with that, Your Honor, is that we had no opportunity to evaluate the legal issues raised by the late discovery dropped on us by defense counsel. There was apparently an examination conducted back in April. The report of that examination was given to us just a few days ago. I can't think of any legal or, I can't think of any forensic or scientific reason why you'd want to delay a report for 3 months.
Well, let's not argue that issue. Just
Right.
out of curiosity, who is Dr. McDonald?
Mr. McDonald, I don't know that he's doctor, is blood spatter. They're blood spatter expert.
Okay.
And the reason that we had to evaluate all the reports that he submitted, and then we determined that the reports.
So I just want to know what he's going to testify to. All right, we'll take it up at
Okay.
5.
Well, Your Honor, the problem is that we have briefs to file on this. It goes to not just discovery sanctions, but it goes to preclusion of the testimony completely because it's irrelevant under 352. These are substantial legal arguments. It's not a discovery issue, just a discovery issue. That's the tip of the iceberg. There's much more to this.
Well, why don't we take it up at 5?
We have briefs to give to the court. They'll be ready in half an hour, but I thought the court might want more time than that.
Well, let's see how far we get.
All right.
All right, let's have the jurors, please. All right, Officer Thompson, would you resume the witness stand, please? On the record should reflect that we've been rejoined by all the members of our jury panel. All right, officer, why don't you pull the microphone up close? Mr. Darden.
Thank you for returning, officer.
You're welcome.
Officer, when we left off, you told us that you had visited the crime scene at Bundy. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you had a chance to look around the scene at Rockingham somewhat. Is that correct?
At Rocky?
At Rockingham. Overruled.
Is that correct?
At Rockingham?
Yes.
Yes.
And when Detective Van Adder said what he said to you that caused you to handcuff this defendant, you didn't think it was wrong to handcuff the defendant, did you?
Rephrase the question.
Did you think it was wrong to handcuff the defendant given what you knew and what you had seen that day?
Overruled.
No, I didn't.
When you arrived sometime after 8:05, you saw the Bronco parked there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you understand that when you're doing a crime scene investigation that you have to sort of tape off the crime scene area. Is that correct?
You have to protect the crime scene.
Okay. And that is commonly done by using tape, right?
Yes.
By using police officers
Yes.
and by setting up a perimeter around that crime scene. Is that correct?
Sometimes yes.
Now, in this situation, the Bronco was parked out on the street, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Did you consider putting up yellow tape around that Bronco?
That was considered momentarily.
You considered that?
Yes.
But you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
Now, how long have you been a police officer?
It'd be 8 years on the 13th of October.
Okay, so you've been a police officer 7 years, approximately back in June of 1994.
7 years, 9 months, 5 days.
Okay. Like that, huh? And you've been to many, many crime scenes before, hadn't you, officer?
Yes, I have.
In fact, you're a training officer, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
What is a training officer?
It's an officer who trains new police officers who have just graduated from the police academy.
And despite your experience, after having gone to other crime scenes, despite the fact that you're a training officer, you did not tape off the area surrounding that Bronco. Is that correct?
Overruled.
That's true.
Okay. And why not?
It would have been extremely difficult to tape off that Bronco because of its position in the street.
What about the Bronco's position made it difficult to tape it off?
There was nothing around the Bronco which would have allowed me to secure tape around the Bronco.
Well, the Bronco was parked at the curb, right?
Yes.
Okay. And about, what, 10 feet away from the passenger door, there was a fence and some vines growing up.
Overruled. Was allowed to leave. Proceed.
That's true. Yes, there is.
Okay. Why
It's
not?
a wall.
Okay. Why not tie the tape around the wall and then tie it around the Bronco and back around to the wall again?
Usually you don't let the crime scene tape touch a part of evidence. And there's really nothing there which would have allowed me to tie crime scene tape to a wall and then tie it to another portion of the wall and keep the Bronco within that portion tied off.
So given the position of the Bronco, then it just wasn't a practical thing to do, is that correct?
And that's correct.
But you had another reason, is that right?
Yes, I did.
What was that other reason?
I didn't want to draw attention to the Bronco.
And in fact, very little attention was paid to the Bronco that morning, is that correct?
Rephrase the question. It assumes facts that aren't in evidence at this point.
Now, with regard to what Detective Van Adder told you, you told us this afternoon that he told you to place the defendant in handcuffs as soon as he arrives. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, you were interviewed by Detective Phillips on April 7, 1995, is that correct?
Yes.
And when you spoke to Detective Phillips, you told Detective Phillips you weren't sure if Detective Van Adder told you to handcuff him or whether he told you to hook him up. Is that correct?
That's correct. But it could have been either one of the two.
Okay. One or the other?
Yes.
You're not sure which one, right?
No.
All you know is that whatever it was that he said to you, you interpreted that to mean you should handcuff the defendant as soon as he showed up.
That's right.
Detective Van Adder didn't use the word arrest, did he?
No, he didn't.
He didn't say we're going to take him to jail, did he?
No, he didn't.
He didn't say we're going to charge him with murder, did he?
No, he didn't.
LAPD was serving a search warrant at that house at that time, weren't they?
I don't know.
Was the house being secured by the LAPD at that time?
Yes, it was.
And that would have been either to serve a search warrant or to obtain a search warrant. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when the police secure a residence like they did in this case, isn't it true that no civilian is allowed to come onto the property?
That's true.
The scene at Rockingham was a crime scene in your mind, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You don't allow civilians to enter a crime scene, do you?
No, you don't.
Now, after Detective Van Adder spoke to you, the defendant arrived within seconds, didn't he?
Yes.
He got out of a car,
Yes.
and you just watched the videotape a few minutes ago, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You saw a black bag hanging from the defendant's shoulder,
Yes.
a black leather duffel bag.
Possibly was leather duffel.
You didn't see a black garment bag hanging over the defendant's shoulder, did you?
No.
Did you see a Louis Vuitton garment bag in the defendant's hand at that time?
No.
Did you see the defendant hand Robert Kardashian a Louis Vuitton garment bag down the street?
Foundation.
Did you see Mr. Kardashian at the location that morning?
Yes, I did.
Did you see him at the location prior to your seeing the defendant?
I don't remember if it was shortly before or shortly after.
Well, when you saw Mr. Kardashian, was he carrying a piece of luggage?
Yes, he was.
What was he carrying?
It looked like a Louis Vuitton
Garment bag?
garment bag made for a suit.
And had anyone told you to seize any luggage the defendant might have in his possession when you saw him?
No.
Had anyone told you to seize any luggage Mr. Kardashian might have had in his possession when you saw him?
No.
Did you notice whether or not the Louis Vuitton bag Kardashian had? Did you notice whether or not it was full?
Yes.
Did it appear full?
Yes, it did.
Are you aware that when the bag appeared here in court, it was empty?
Sustain. Sustain.
Did Mr. Kardashian offer that bag to you? That is the Louis Vuitton bag?
No, he didn't.
And did you have in your mind legal cause to seize that bag at that time?
Sustain.
Did you have any reason to seize the bag at that time?
No, I didn't.
Did you allow Mr. Kardashian to enter the premises at Rockingham?
No, I didn't.
Did he attempt to?
Yes, he did.
And he attempted to do that while he was carrying that bag, is that correct?
I'm not really sure of that.
Did you and Mr. Kardashian ever discuss the contents of that bag?
No, he didn't.
Was it ever brought to your attention that morning that the bag belonged to the defendant?
No, it wasn't brought to my attention.
Mr. Kardashian did tell you that?
No.
Let me show you the Louis Vuitton garment bag that has been marked Defendant's 1062. garment bag that you saw in Mr. Kardashian's hand, did it look just like that one?
Yes, it did.
Does that bag appear empty?
Yes, it does.
Would you like to open it up and make sure?
Oh. Guys, we have a therapist. You don't even know how much we need you. What, did you walk into the right chat? Hi, therapist. Hello. It's good to see you.
Well, counsel, we've already been through this with another
It seems to be empty.
That isn't the condition, that wasn't the condition the bag was in when you saw it, was it?
No.
Now, when the defendant first got out of the vehicle, I think you saw that on the videotape, is that right?
Yes.
You saw him get out of the vehicle,
On the videotape, I did.
and you say that he got out of the vehicle and he walks toward the driveway, is that correct?
He walked directly into the driveway.
Okay. And you told us that he appeared to be hurried, is that right?
Yes.
That's how you described his demeanor, is that right?
Yes.
If I can have one moment, Your Honor. As he walked up that driveway, he wasn't crying, was he?
No, he wasn't.
He didn't appear despondent, did he?
Oh, well.
No, he didn't.
You understand the word despondent, officer?
Yes.
What does that word mean to you?
Kelly, it doesn't matter.
means-
We need both.
Very sad, grieving, upset.
He wasn't like that, was he?
He didn't seem that way to me.
In fact, he had a blank, hurried look about his face, didn't he?
First question.
Did he have a blank look about him?
Somewhat, yes.
And as he walked up the driveway, he wasn't limping, was he?
I didn't see him limping.
The moment you saw him, you knew you were going to have to handcuff him, didn't you?
Yes,
You're a police officer, correct?
that's right.
Did he walk past you?
Yes, he did.
And as he walked past you, did you attempt to stop him from walking past you?
No, I didn't.
You say anything to him?
Not as he was walking by me, I was placing my radio back in my holster.
So you weren't ready for him, were you?
No.
Okay. So he breezed past you, didn't he?
Yes.
You had to catch up to him.
Yes, I did.
And when you caught up to the defendant, you didn't tackle him, did you?
Sustained.
When you caught up to the defendant, you placed your left hand on his right wrist, is that right?
Yes.
And you didn't grab his wrist and twist it around his back, did you, officer?
Oh, well.
No, I didn't.
You just sort of lightly grabbed his wrist to get his attention, didn't you?
Oh, well.
Initially, I didn't grab his wrist. I just placed my hand in front of his left arm to slow him down.
Okay. Did that work?
No, I didn't.
Then you grabbed his wrist?
Yes, I had to grab it.
Okay. Did that stop him?
It got his attention.
Did he continue to walk at that point?
Yes.
You were in uniform, right?
Yes.
What happened next?
I was verbalizing with Mr. Simpson throughout that episode.
And at some point you did get his attention, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did you eventually stop him in the driveway?
Actually, I don't think we ever got completely stopped. We did slow down a bit after I grabbed his arm to get his attention.
Okay. And you spoke to him at that point, right?
Yes.
Okay. And at that particular time, did you feel like you had some control over the situation?
After I had his attention, I felt like I was in control.
Okay. And you knew you had to handcuff him, right?
Yes.
Oh, well.
You could have handcuffed him in the driveway, couldn't you?
Yes, I could have.
How many TV cameras were there out there in the middle of the street at that time?
many.
And when those TV people, those reporters and cameramen saw the defendant arrive, they all converged on that driveway, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
But you didn't handcuff the defendant in front of those TV cameras.
No, I didn't.
You attempted to take the defendant out of view.
Sustained. No, it assumes facts that aren't evidence, is what it does.
Did you take the defendant to a certain area on the property?
Yes, I did.
And why did you take him there?
Because I didn't want to make a big scene there in the driveway.
And where'd you take him at that point?
Took him to the dollhouse or whatever it's called underneath a tree.
And it was there that you handcuffed the defendant?
Yes.
And when you handcuffed the defendant there underneath the tree, you didn't think anyone outside the compound could see you, did you?
No, I didn't.
And you didn't want anybody to see you handcuff the defendant, correct?
It really didn't matter to me. I just wanted to do it for the dignity of the defendant.
But there was one camera person that actually got a camera shot of you handcuffing the defendant, right?
Overruled. No,
that right?
we got the videotape.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, there was one camera that you saw at that time, right?
That's correct.
And that camera person, where was that camera person during the time that you were handcuffing the defendant?
He was climbing the wall at Ashford with his video camera and videotaping me and the defendant after he had climbed the wall.
And you came to realize that that cameraman was there only after you had already handcuffed the defendant, is that right?
I'm not really sure if it was before or after.
At any event, you knew you couldn't get the guy off the wall at that point, right?
That's true.
Now, after you handcuffed the defendant, you say you turned him over to some detectives?
Yes.
In fact, while you were handcuffing the defendant, you saw some detectives exit the front door of the defendant's house, is that right?
I think out of the corner of my eye I saw someone there.
Those detectives went immediately to where you and the defendant were, is that right?
True.
And one of those detectives was Detective Van Adder, correct?
That's true.
And as Detective Van Adder approached, you turned to go back to the gate at Rockingham, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And you had to go back to the gate at Rockingham because the media people were creating a scene there, right? Causing a disturbance?
Overruled.
Is that right?
Yes, I was concerned that the media would be giving my partner a little too much to worry about.
I'm sorry, what was your partner's name?
Officer Guzman.
Did you leave the, let's strike that. As you walked away, did you, let's strike that. Your Honor, can I just show some footage, video footage?
Which exhibit is this, counsel?
Just one moment, let me just check. Show a small portion of 124.
Is this the same video footage?
Yes, the one we just saw.
Just a minute, cue it up.
Question. Officer, isn't it true that within 10 seconds of your handcuffing the defendant, Detective Van Adder arrived and reached in his pocket to remove a handcuff key?
I didn't see that.
Okay. But you have seen the footage of the handcuffing and what followed immediately thereafter, correct?
Yes.
Let me show you a portion of the videotape you just saw. 124. Stop there. You see Detective Van Adder reaching into his pocket?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Thank you. You saw the defendant unhandcuffed a moment later, is that correct?
Overruled.
Yes, later I did see the defendant Not in handcuffs.
Okay,
Overruled.
and how long after you handcuffed him was it that you saw him without handcuffs?
I would say it was within a minute or so. Minute, 2 minutes.
And when you saw the defendant at that time, was he walking down the driveway?
Yes, he was.
He was walking in your direction, correct?
Yes.
Because you were at the mouth of the driveway trying to hold the press back, is that right?
Yes.
Sometimes I wish we could see the monitor, and sometimes I'm just grateful we cannot. I hate when they show us the defendant, though. Ugh.
Is this a tape that's already been marked?
It hasn't been marked, but it is it is one the court has seen. At least we don't think it's been marked.
All right, proceed.
This will be people's next in order, Your Honor.
527. I already had 527. 527.
Okay. Officer, if you just take a look at your monitor there. Okay, let's stop right there. Now, officer, you see Mr. Simpson walking down the driveway,
Yes, I do.
and he is accompanied to his right by Howard Weitzman.
Yes.
Okay, he's a criminal defense attorney.
Yes.
Okay, and to Mr. Simpson's left is Detective Van Adder. Is that correct?
Yes.
And as these three men walk down the driveway, the defendant is actually behind Detective Van Adder. Is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Is that the appropriate manner in which a police officer should walk with someone who's been arrested on 2 counts of murder?
No, it is not.
Had the defendant been under arrest at that point, he would have been walking ahead of Detective Van Adder. Is that correct?
Overruled.
Yes, he would have.
That would be proper procedure, right?
It would have been good officer safety and good
Because-
common sense.
Proceed on.
It must be hard for him, which is why he gets a little bouncy when he announces that. Like, he sees something clearly that he as an officer probably wouldn't do, and he has to, like, tell the world that this other officer is doing something wrong. You know, that must be hard. I would have a hard time telling the world another server, you know, didn't polish all the silverware. Just put it in the bin unpolished. You know what I mean? And that's just as serving, which is stupid, which isn't life and death. This is training that's the life and death. And he has to tell the world that, you know, a colleague did something wrong. It must be hard for him. And you could tell he's annoyed that it even happened.
Let's stop here for a moment. You never saw the defendant limping, did you?
No.
Is that it? That's it, Your Honor.
But again, the prosecution just did the defense's work. Started, what are you doing? Oh boy.
Now, officer, after you strike that, was it after Mr. Simpson left in the vehicle that you saw the coffee cups on the Bronco?
Yes, it was.
And had you had an opportunity to see the Bronco prior to the defendant's arrival?
Yes.
Can you fix for us the amount of time that that coffee cup was on the hood of the Bronco?
I don't think it could have been any more than 5 minutes.
And just so the record is clear, there's no allegation that Mr. Simpson hit anyone with the Bronco, right?
I'm sorry, repeat?
Well, the hood of the Bronco, did you consider the hood portion of the Bronco to somehow have some extra significance or importance to the case at all?
I consider the entire Bronco to have significance in the case.
Well, had you seen any blood on the Bronco that morning?
Yes, I did.
Where?
On the driver's side, or should I say just above the driver's side door handle.
And had you seen any blood inside the Bronco that day?
Yes, I did.
What time was it that you saw blood inside that Bronco?
That was earlier in the morning. I would say
Have a good day at work.
maybe 8:30.
Okay. So you must have walked up to the Bronco, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Did you touch it?
No.
Did you grab the door handles to see if the vehicle was locked?
No.
Did you ever see anyone open the Bronco up and go inside?
No, I didn't.
You know whether or not the Bronco was locked?
I don't know if it was locked or not.
And that's because you didn't check to see if it was locked, right?
Well, in addition to that, I couldn't visually tell either if it was locked just by looking inside.
And you didn't touch the Bronco because you didn't want to somehow compromise the integrity of the evidence, is that correct?
That's true.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? You're out at Rockingham. Did you ever see anyone go inside the Bronco?
No, I didn't.
Did you see anyone touch it at all?
No, I didn't.
And to save some time, you've tried to be truthful and accurate here today, is that correct?
That's true.
You're testifying to things as best you can recall, is that right?
That's true.
Are you part of some conspiracy to frame this defendant, officer?
No, I'm not.
Did you see anything that day that caused you to suspect that others in your department, your fellow officers, were somehow involved in a conspiracy to frame this defendant?
No.
Thank you, sir.
Harkins?
Officer Thompson, I believe you shared with us you've been a police officer for over 8 years with the LAPD, is that correct?
No.
How long?
7 years,
7
9
years.
months, 5 days.
As of today?
Yes.
You counted that? Oh, yes, I thought that was earlier, so you counted those, huh? But who's counting anyway, right? You enjoy your job,
I'm
don't you?
counting.
You are counting? How long do you have to go then? Tell me how many more days do you have to go before you can leave?
That number's too large.
It's too large, but you have it in mind, right?
One day,
I understand.
it will happen.
And what is your rank now? What have you reached? What rank have you reached?
I'm a senior lead officer.
All right. And is that you're a training officer now with LAPD?
Yes.
All right, good. Now, with regard to the events of this date that we've talked about on June 13th, 1994, as I understand it, the Bronco was never, there was never any yellow tape or anything like that put around the Bronco because logistically you didn't feel that was, you could really do it. Is that right, what you're saying?
That's true.
And you mentioned that that's why the yellow tape wasn't put actually around the Bronco itself as opposed to trying to anchor it someplace. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that's
All right.
one of the reasons.
But because it wasn't secure, that was how these two ladies we've just talked about were able to get up to the Bronco and actually put 2 coffee cups up on it. Isn't that correct?
That's correct. I don't know if it was one person that put 2 cups up there.
Well, maybe
So
2 people.
cups.
All right, you're right. Could have been 2 people putting coffee cups on the Bronco, right?
That's possible.
Because you don't know, right?
That's true.
And then we saw the video of the other lady who walked up and was peering inside that Bronco, right?
That's true.
Now, one of the things you could have done, however, though, you could have stationed a police officer right by that Bronco, told everybody to get back. Couldn't you have done that?
There was an officer that was very close to the Bronco telling someone to stay back.
But couldn't you put somebody and station them right by the Bronco and said, don't come and touch this Bronco? Could have done that, couldn't you?
You're asking me throughout the entire day having someone right by the
Yes,
Bronco?
well, I'm asking you, could you have placed someone right by the Bronco and said, an officer right by the Bronco, told everybody, don't touch this car? You could have done that, couldn't you?
I guess that could have been done, yes.
Could have been done, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, with regard to the Bronco, you've told us that you did not, you could not look and tell whether or not that Bronco was locked, could you?
That's true.
Okay, visually, you couldn't tell that. And then secondly, you yourself never checked the doors to make that determination, did you?
That's true.
All right. And as I understand it, your job primarily there was to provide security for people who were coming up in and around Rockingham, is that correct?
No, my job was to protect the crime scene.
All right. I mean, it became a crime scene at some point, is that correct?
Yes.
And you kept people out of there, isn't that right?
Yes.
All right. So that Mr. Darden asked you these questions about Mr. Kardashian and others who came up there. Nobody could come on that property. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
So whatever bags Mr. Simpson brought back with him from Chicago, he was not allowed to bring those bags on that property. Is that correct? Only what he had on his arm. Isn't that correct, sir?
What's the objection? Overruled.
He wasn't allowed to bring any bags on that property, was he?
No.
All right, they were turned away, and he was taken on the property and handcuffed. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, with regard to that, you told us he was handcuffed within 30 to 45 seconds of his arrival. After he was handcuffed, you then went back out to the front of the property. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
When you next saw Mr. Simpson, he was coming out to go downtown to talk to the detectives. Isn't that correct?
Objection, cause
Sustained.
Well, let me rephrase it, Your Honor. When you next saw Mr. Simpson, he was walking down this driveway in the company of Detective Phil Van Adder. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And you stood there and watched him get into some vehicles. Did Mr. Simpson get into the police vehicle?
I don't know if it was a police vehicle or not.
Well, think back for us. Is there any report by which you could refresh your recollection, sir?
The videotape would help.
Would it help you saw that videotape again to see what he got into? Let's see if we can play that again.
People's 527.
What is this number, Your Honor? 520?
527, I believe, is the last video played by the people.
Okay, let's take a look at this photograph and see if this video and see whether or not this might refresh your recollection. You see that? All right, now you see yourself in this photograph?
Yes.
You see that vehicle that Phil Van Adder is opening the front door of?
Yes.
Mr. Simpson's getting in the rear of that vehicle?
Yes.
That's the detective's vehicle, isn't it? Isn't that Detective Phil Van Adder's vehicle owned by the city of Los Angeles? Mr. Simpson's getting in the rear of that vehicle?
I can't tell if it is a city vehicle or not.
I see. Well, do you see that in the stop action here? Do you see Phil Van Adder toward the left front driver's door of that vehicle? You see him there?
Yes.
Do you see that in the left rear, Mr. Howard Weitzman?
Well, it looks like Mr. Wiseman is looking inside the left front door.
Is that the left? Well, and toward the left side of the vehicle, you see Mr. Weitzman? The side that Mr. Simpson just gotten into, sir?
Yes.
All right. Is that the left rear? Seems like a four-door car, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Simpson gets in, and Mr. Weitzman's at that rear door, right?
Yes, it looks like that now.
And then Mr. Van Adder is up at the left front of the vehicle, isn't he?
Yes.
All right. Now, as you think back, don't you recall that the detectives were driving plain cars that particular day, and then after Mr. Simpson got in the back, Van Adder was joined by another police officer, and they drove off? Do you recall that?
I don't remember who was driving the car, but I do remember seeing the car drive off.
All right. And Mr. Simpson was in the company of these two police officers, wasn't he?
If that was Detective Van Adder driving the car away, yes.
All right. You didn't see Mr. Simpson drive off in a Bentley, did you, sir?
No.
You didn't see him drive off in any car in that driveway, did you, sir?
No.
You saw him come out of the driveway and get into this car with some police officers, and you saw them leave the scene. Isn't that right, sir?
Yes.
All right. And did you know where they were going at that point?
No.
Did you ascertain at some later point where they were going? Just yes or no?
Overruled.
No.
Now, do you see Will you see Van Natter get in that car? Let's back that up again. I want you to watch and see if Van Natter doesn't. That's your partner, Angela Guzman?
Yes.
See that? See that? Did you back that up a minute, Mr. Howard Harris, please, sir? Back it up a little more. Now, was that? Did you see those two men there? That's Mr. Weitzman and Mr. Van Natter?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see thereafter? Let's see if we can play it forward. See Mr. Simpson get inside the car. Seems as though the lawyer's talking to the detective, right?
Yes.
And thereafter, did it seem as though Van Natter got inside that car?
Yes.
All right. And so does that refresh your recollection that he got in the driver's compartment and at some point he then drove away with Mr. Simpson in the car?
Yes.
Like you can see him through the window, can't you?
Well, I could see him through the window, yes.
All right. Did you see a tall, gray-haired man out in the street who was waiting outside on Rockingham there that day?
There were so many people there. There were bound to be a few gray-haired people.
Okay, but you couldn't recall this particular tall, gray-haired man by the name of Skip Taft? Would that
No.
refresh your recollection? That
No.
doesn't? All right. But somebody at the scene had gray hair that day, right?
There were a lot of people there who had gray hair,
All right.
including me.
Now, Mr. Weitzman, the lawyer, was not in that car. He didn't get in that car and leave the scene in that car, did he?
No.
Right. You saw him leave, did you not, that day?
I know he left, but I don't remember seeing him leave.
All right. But he left in a car different than his then client, Mr. O.J. Simpson. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
He didn't go wherever these detectives took Mr. Simpson. Mr. Weitzman, the lawyer, was not in that car, was he?
I don't think he was.
And as you search your memory and look back, Mr. Simpson was in the back seat of that car all by himself. Isn't that correct?
From my own independent memory,
Yes.
I don't remember that from my own independent memory.
Well, let's refresh your memory by looking at this video. You never saw anybody else get inside the back seat of that car with Mr. Simpson, did you?
As of right now, no.
All right. Now, with regard to your testimony here today, Mr. Darden indicated that you and he met last Friday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that to discuss your testimony that you were going to give here in this case?
I think he was interviewing witnesses.
And did he ask you to come over and talk to him?
Yes.
And did you then have occasion to talk to him
Yes, I did.
about the things the two of you just have talked about?
Yes.
Is that correct? And as an LAPD officer, you work for the city of Los Angeles. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
You protect and serve all the citizens. Isn't that correct?
I'm sorry?
You protect and serve all the citizens, don't you? You protect and serve all citizens, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You're just as available to me as you are to Mr. Darden, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So if I called you on the phone, you'd come and talk to me, wouldn't you?
Sure I would.
You wouldn't hide from me, would you?
No?
In fact, you talked to me yesterday, in fact, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Now, sir, Mr. Darden asked you some questions about whether Van Natter said hook him up or cuff him. Still meant the same thing. Put handcuffs on him. Isn't that what that meant?
Yes.
You understood what that meant, isn't that right?
Yes.
And you complied with that, isn't that correct?
Yes, I did.
And then you then turned and then you left, and there was a period of time when Mr. Simpson was out of your sight, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And now, with regard to Mr. Simpson's emotional state, you recall I asked you some questions about that?
Yes.
And I reminded you that yesterday, when we talked here in this courtroom, you mentioned that he appeared agitated. Remember that? Remember those questions that I asked you?
Yes.
Now, you had never before seen Mr. Simpson before in close proximity to talk to him, had you?
No, I haven't.
So you don't know how he is when he's despondent or sad or down, do you?
Well, just from seeing people in general despondent or sad, I could...
We're talking about Mr. Simpson. You've never seen him before in that situation, have you?
No.
All right. It was the first time you had actually encountered him, isn't that right?
That's correct.
And were you aware that he just had come back from a flight from Chicago at the time you were out there? Were you aware of that?
Sustained.
Well, were you aware he just had gotten off a plane? I'm asking you. Huh?
Sustained.
Were you aware he had no sleep that night?
Sustained. We're assuming facts that aren't evidence.
Well, may I ask it in a different way then, perhaps?
Please.
All right. Were you aware, you were told that Mr. Simpson was going to arrive there in a short period of time, isn't that correct?
Yes.
By one of the detectives?
Yes.
All right. Do you know where he had been the night before? I can ask him if he knows.
Counsel, the jury knows these facts.
I'm seeking, well, I think that he was allowed to ask. I'm going to ask him
No,
a
but I
question.
think the jury knows.
Okay.
We've heard testimony from people on the airline. The jury is smart enough to be able to put this witness's testimony in the context with the other
Certainly.
witnesses.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Then I'll move on. Thank you.
Okay.
With regard to the way Mr. Simpson walked, you notice that when he walks, he has this kind of peculiar walk? You notice the peculiar walk as he walks with kind of a limp and he's kind of pigeon-toed and with bow legs. Did you notice that?
Sustained.
Was what?
Leading.
Okay, well, did you notice anything unusual about the way Mr. Simpson walks when he walks?
I noticed that he seems to have a
He's
long
a police
stride when he
officer.
walks.
What
Did
did
you notice that he appears to be bow-legged?
Objection. This is leading.
Sustained.
Is he bow-legged?
I don't know.
You weren't paying attention to the way O.J. Simpson walked that particular day, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Because what you were trying to do was carry out Van Adder's order to catch up to him, to hook him, or cuff him. Isn't that correct, sir?
Your Honor, this is leading.
Sustained.
Well, you were trying to carry out the order of Detective Van Adder. Isn't that correct, sir?
It's still leading.
It is.
Well, it says one leading.
One
So,
leading.
okay. So you were trying to carry out Detective Van Adder's instructions, isn't that right?
Same objection, Your Honor.
Overruled. We'll
What?
waste more time
What do you
going
mean?
over this.
Yes.
All right. And your focus was on dealing with Mr. Simpson, isn't that correct? Was catching up
At
to him?
that point in time, yes.
All right. And this conversation that you went into, where the two of you then walked over toward the dollhouse in the tree, you were focusing on getting his hands behind him and then handcuffing him with your handcuffs. Isn't that right?
Your Honor, this is leading.
It is.
All right. What were you focusing on when you took him to the dollhouse by the tree?
I was just focusing on a number of things.
Was one of those things handcuffing him, sir?
Yes.
All right. And you then accomplished that, isn't that correct?
Yes.
That's when you then left and went back outside, isn't that right?
Yes.
And with regard to other people who might have touched or got close to that Bronco or got inside that Bronco, do you know about other people who touched it?
That's simply fact, not in evidence.
Sustained.
Let me ask this one. Were other reports brought to your attention regarding other people who touched the Bronco?
May I have a call for hearsay?
Sustained.
When you were in with Mr. Simpson, seeking to handcuff him or cuff him up, as Van Adder told you, do you know whether or not there was a police officer out there watching the Bronco at that point?
Yes, my partner was at the front entrance at Rockingham.
Now, was she out there watching the Bronco is the question.
She was keeping the crowd back and watching Bronco.
But you told Mr. Darden that one of the problems, the reason you had to rush back was because the media or the crowd was getting kind of unruly. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it was very difficult to do both, to watch the crowd, keep the media back, and watch this Bronco. Is that right?
That's correct.
You had a lot on your hands that morning. Is that right?
Yes.
Understand. Mr. Darden asked you some questions about the Louis Vuitton bag, which said that you had seen a bag that looked like that particular morning.
Yes.
You never asked anybody to give you that bag that morning, did you?
No.
In fact, the persons who had that bag couldn't even get on the property. Isn't that right?
Your Honor, this is leading.
It is.
Well, could the person who had that bag get on the property that morning?
At that time, no.
But I think this is the third time we've asked that question now.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, just a second, Your Honor.
Certainly.
I wonder if Ito is at all intimidated by some of the Dream Team. Delay of game, 15-yard penalty.
Officer Thompson, you never at any time when you talked to Mr. Simpson ever told him that he couldn't unpack his luggage, did you?
No.
And when people come home from trips, strike that. When you come home from a trip, do you normally unpack your luggage?
When I come home from a trip,
You take a trip and you come home. Do you unpack your luggage?
some of it I do.
And usually you don't leave it in the luggage till your next trip, do you?
Some of it I do.
You do that? Is your next trip real soon, I hope? Or either that or you have a lot of clothes, huh?
Yes.
But normally when you come home from a trip, you unpack your clothes, don't you?
Yes.
That's normal, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for coming today.
You're welcome.
Mr. Darden?
Just a couple of minutes, Your Honor. And officer, normally when you come home from a trip, you don't give your luggage to your criminal defense attorney either, do you?
Sustained. Sustained.
Officer, you just watched the video again, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you saw in the video that Howard Weitzman, the defendant's attorney, opened the door to Detective Van Adder's vehicle, right?
Yes.
Now, typically when someone's arrested for murder, it's the officer that opens the door, correct?
Rephrase the question.
Well, is that unusual? That is, that the criminal defense attorney would be opening the door to the detective's car as opposed to the detective himself?
Oh, yes, it is unusual.
Okay. And in this situation, that's exactly what happened, right?
Yes.
And then the defendant climbed into the back seat of that vehicle?
Yes, he
He
did.
didn't seem to have any trouble climbing into the back seat of that vehicle, did he?
Oh, no, he didn't.
And typically, we'll strike that. You've arrested people and placed them inside your vehicle before, correct?
Yes, I have.
And typically, don't you sort of put your hand on top of their head and help them into the back of the vehicle?
Yes, I make sure they don't hit their head when they enter.
Nobody did that in this case, did they?
No,
Wasn't necessary, was it?
no,
That's because the defendant wasn't in handcuffs, right?
that's correct.
And looking back at that video, after the defendant was inside Detective Van Adder's car, did you see Detective Van Adder and Mr. Weitzman embrace each other?
Yes, I did.
Yep. I should have stopped right at Cochran, but I didn't. But we got an extra minute or so. He's probably done very soon. Yeah. Oh, no, there's a sidebar, so of course he's not done very soon. But we got, look, Eric Estrada's on tomorrow. It's not Eric Estrada. That was a joke. I'm not lying to you. I'm not a liar. I'm just joke. Because look at his hair. Tell me that's not Eric Estrada's hair. I mean, just tell me right now. That doesn't look like Eric Estrada's hair. The nose? No. His nose is much, much, much flatter. But the hair, dead on. Dead on. You guys can see what I see, right? I can't see the other screen right now. Anyway. Thank you so much for coming out today. I thought today was pretty good, even though it was all nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. We got nowhere today. I will see you all again tomorrow, where we get to see Eric Estrada. Have a good day, guys. Bye.